everyone. Welcome back to the Two Uncles Football Show. We took a little bit of a break after some exciting weekend games. We'll all get into it. My name is Gulu.
This is Nav.
All right, Nav. Sir, amazing 2 weekends. And everything in London that what really happened. So
Yeah.
let's start with,
What game is that, by the way?
oh yeah, like 13 times, we have won that
Oh,
cup.
wow. 13 times you won it?
Yeah,
This is
dude, come
old hat
on.
now.
So I have to pick you on that actually on the last podcast was like I don't see United winning, and my prediction was 3-1.
Yeah.
Became 2-1. The Rashford goal was offside. But what do you think? How were you stunned by the result? Were
Yeah,
you
yeah, of course. I
um,
was, of course, stunned by the result. I did not see that coming. And I think, it was like very. So I think City was, not to take nothing away from United, but City, I don't think, played well in that game, right? There's no other way to put it. I think they almost looked like too hungover from
first
partying
half?
after the Premier League. What's that?
First half. I
Yeah,
second half.
yeah, first half.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, second half they were like, all right, they woke up and they had to like
yeah.
kind of go for it, right? Especially, honestly, I did not see the last 20 minutes of that game,
Hmm.
but I think from what I could tell, like there was a lot of like City just like knocking at the door, and then
Hmm.
finally Doku scored, but it was like too little, too late by that point, I think. Um, but yeah, credit where credit is due, man. I think I did give a lot of crap to ETH, and like they did not see him being able to pull this off, especially after like all the talk was, oh, he's still going to get fired even if they win. That kind of like attitude sort of around the team. Kudos to him. Blocked it all out, put a team out there. They performed. Yeah, I think the first goal was, yeah, it was extremely uncharacteristic.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the mistake by Guardiol, and Garnacho just bounced. Second goal was a thing of beauty. No,
Amazing.
no two questions about that. Like no
Yeah.
two. So yeah, it was very odd. I mean, I think like honestly,
And
deserved on the night by United for sure.
yeah,
Right?
and
There's no,
there
yeah,
was
no getting away from that.
there was something about it where and that's why I mean it like I said, yes, I was biased, I'm a United fan, and I would come up with these
Mhm.
predictions. But something there was telling me that I think we spoke about it on the last podcast, where if we look at the games against Newcastle, against Brighton, and United came through on those. Uh, Martinez is back.
Mhm.
Varane is back, right?
Mhm.
And we were talking about this, and that kind of gave me some confidence that where I went wrong, actually, I was surprised when I saw the lineup. I said United is in trouble because I did not expect Rashford to start. Uh,
Mhm.
you were saying Rashford would
Yeah,
start,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Rashford has, he is, he gets something against
Yeah,
City.
yeah.
He has
It was
a good
like just
record
putting him
against
on the
City.
bench. I actually said, yeah, I think
Yeah,
in these games, I think
yeah,
Rashford and Garnacho
and
getting the Ramos in there is much better.
and Hoyland didn't start.
Mhm.
That was like, wow, okay. I said, I don't know what he's trying to do, but the way the midfield was set up by Erik ten Hag was, I mean, there are a lot of analysis, and I've gone through many folks actually talking about this and that, but not to get into the technicalities of it. Different people view it different ways. I think City did not play well, you can say it, but I believe that, not believe, I know that United was set up in a way that they did not, allow them to play the City way. I think that's the
Yeah,
way.
I think,
And
well, no, I kind of disagree. I think United was set up in a way to take advantage of anything City gave them, right? I don't think like they stopped City playing like City, in my opinion. I
mhm,
think they were set up in a way where, look, the minute they sort of, make play compact, the minute they give us something, we are going to pounce, right? Which is exactly what they did on definitely on the first goal, right? I don't think they were set up in a way to like disrupt City's play. I don't think that happened.
Disrupt. I would put it this way, that the way City always, not always, they can go left, they can go right, they can go through the center. But if you look at the games, and I did through a lot of analysis, of course, I was like happy for like 1 week after that.
Mhm.
So they did not allow City to go through the center, to the middle.
Yeah,
And they were forced to put it on Guardiola on the left.
yeah,
And Kovacic had a bad game. The first half
mhm,
he was bad, I think.
yeah,
That's where
mhm,
things got. And I think that's the difference. And then second half, of course, Pep is Pep, right? He just switched it and he got Doku on. And I still remember I was chatting with my brother. I said, Doku is going to score for sure. And it happened. And in fact, that goal was, let's be honest, I think Onana should have saved that one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
exactly. But I mean, my point being that there was a plan in place
mhm.
by
Yeah,
Eric Ten Hag, and they executed on that and loved it. I just loved it, man.
yeah, no, it's fantastic, dude. This guy, like now two, like he said, 2 years, three finals.
Mhm.
Um, what else can you say? Right? Like, can't argue with uh, the results, right? At this point, two
They,
years,
they,
got the Carabao Cup in the
horrible,
first year, got the
yeah,
FA Cup in the second year. I mean,
yeah.
come on,
And
pulled it off somehow.
horrible season in the Premier League. I can say that.
Yeah.
Eighth is unacceptable. Okay, but call it excuses. I have been supporting him through all those games, all those bad, not bad patch. It was a bad season, right? But there was something in him that I felt what I saw in the last season, and when I saw that there was the team, the way he wants to play, and the players that he wants are available, boom, right? There are results. He gets those results.
Mhm.
Champions League was a disaster. Having said that, will he stay or will he go?
I think he should stay. Now, I think I've changed my mind. Like again, this is a flip flop. I'm acknowledging it.
Mhm.
I so I think he should stay based on what he's been able to pull off. Will he
Stay,
stay is a different matter. As in, are they going to keep him or fire him?
Yeah,
Right? That's a different matter.
yeah,
But I think, given what he has achieved this season, ultimately got a trophy, the FA Cup, nothing like to be laughed at. Like, I mean, it's a serious trophy, right?
sure, yeah.
Carabao, still I'd be like, all right, dude, if you want to keep winning Carabao Cups, great. No, he won the FA Cup, legit. I think he has earned the right to stay another season. I'll put it that way,
Yep, exactly. I
right?
fully agree. I mean, I think and with the structure behind him to support,
Yeah.
right?
The
Not
structure, I
the
mean, structure and
clowns.
all is fine. Like, okay, you've got
But
some real football people in there and all that stuff.
yes, yes,
What really matters now, right, is, yeah, like, get him the transfers that he needs. Although I would also say that the transfers that he is responsible for so far have all been pretty crappy, right? Okay, Anthony,
Mm,
Mason Mount, Andre Onana. Onana, sure, first season he might be
I,
great next season. Amrabat, like, I don't know if like I'm going to trust him
I
to
would,
get the like big player. Malasia, like, I mean, Malasia injured.
I,
Okay,
I,
fine,
I
whatever,
would,
right?
I would slightly disagree there on that.
Okay, fine.
Anthony, absolutely agree on that one. I
Hmm.
mean, if you look at Anthony's first season,
Hmm.
there was promise. Second season, what happened? Off-field issues, right, with him. And right after that, things started just going crazy for again. I'm not I really, if you ask me, uh, no, he's not a United player. That's the way I would put it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mount, I said it right at the beginning when the transfer happened. Like, what are you getting Mount for?
Hmm.
Um, so yes, but if I look at Hoyland, Amrabat, I think
Amrabat was alone. I mean, whatever. Like, he needed
he's
to
loan,
adapt.
right? Malasia injured. I don't know
Martinez,
why. I mean,
Martinez is good. I like Martinez. No, nothing against
Martinez,
Martinez. Yeah.
So I think Anthony absolutely. Mount, I would still say, but how many weeks was he injured, man? So I don't know how to judge that part.
Sure, sure.
So
That was actually like a tongue-in-cheek comment that I made, but I really, yeah, I don't know. I think the trans, yeah, the transfers are the crucial ingredient here. Is like get the right people, and back him, and yeah, let him work his magic. See, the thing is, he's like along with that, he's also kind of alienated Rashford a little bit now,
sure.
alienated Sancho,
Hmm.
got rid of Ronaldo, which was actually that was a good part. That was a good thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm at the same time got to give him credit for bringing through Kobe Mainoo, gave him the chance, trusting him, big games in the middle of the park, and he's like paid off handsomely.
Yeah,
Garnacho has had like I would think Garnacho, it is a breakout season for him. I think he
sure,
has done really well.
sure.
So that's great.
He transformed Dalot.
Dalo's been good. Dalo, I don't know, dude. Dalo has got like this magic foot and he scores like some spectacular goals, but he's also like Dalo. There are games,
Yeah,
where
but
I feel
but
like he just gets beaten quite easily and like,
but if I look at the consistency,
Mhm.
if I look into it, then I think Dalot has been the most consistent player.
Sure. Yeah. He's definitely been the most consistent
Yeah,
in this season across his United career.
yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, and so to your point, right? I mean, transfers are very, very important. But going back to the structure, the management, I don't know what clowns were there earlier, man. Honestly, I never understood that. And now, based on whatever is happening, some are rumors, some is like confirmed with this Berada guy, and frankly speaking, nobody heard of him before.
Yeah.
So let's be clear, right? I mean, I'm not, oh wow, what a signing and all. Come on. I have
Yeah.
no idea who he was unless I
Yeah. Yeah.
read about him. But based on his resume, it seems like, yeah, he's something. Let's see. Only
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I think operationally he'll be fine, right? I don't know how much of a like. I think the real crucial hire is going to be your director of football,
Yeah.
right?
And
Dan
that's,
Ashworth or whoever, like
yeah,
whoever the name is now. I think that is the crucial hire.
yeah,
Omar Barada is like he's CEO. I mean, you're not going to hear from him at all. He's
yeah,
going to like behind the scenes make sure like all the finances, operations, things like that are like structurally sound. Commercials are
yeah,
great, all that stuff, right? I mean, I don't think he'll have that much influence on the football side. What you really need, or what any club needs, right, is
yeah,
people that have influence in terms of like spotting talent, bringing talent, being able to like get big players and like sort of get them into the team. That is what is needed, right?
yeah. Uh,
Before before the season, I'm not sure like who was like running the show. That John Murtaugh or whatever. Like I don't know, like who
John
was.
Mott was there, but then
Right.
this guy Woodward left, and the other guy
Yeah,
came.
Woodward
Shut
was a
all
clown
the
for
time. Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah,
Like
totally, totally.
So I
Uh,
think that is, I think, the crucial hire, right? So get the right
yeah,
guy in, get the right players in. You got to like figure out, what you really need. And I think there's going to be a lot of change in United. I feel
yeah,
like this season, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely. And
I
I
mean,
think
even in this
towards,
season, I
towards,
think partly the season was bad also because still I think the squad was a patchwork squad in a
sure,
way,
yeah,
right? So you got to fix that.
got to fix.
And I mean, assuming that that happens and like everything goes fine, yes, Ten Hag deserves, he has earned the right to see himself like, to coach the team for another season for
Yeah,
sure, right?
yeah, and he has to work on his PR a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's his thing. I think, that's his personality. You're not going to change his personality. That's what you're going to live with.
But
Like, he's not an idiot. He didn't join like soccer last year, right?
sure, but it's English football, man. You got to do you if you get drawn into the reporters and the questions they ask, the way they ask about it, you have to work on that. I mean, I think you'll learn, but there
I
are
don't think that's a
certain
big issue.
challenges.
Like, that's not a
Not
big
not an
issue
issue.
when
Yeah,
you're winning, right?
sure, sure,
You
exactly,
know, he can say
exactly.
whatever he wants when you're winning. Nobody
Sure,
will care.
of
It's an
course.
issue, and it's like a reason to like kind
Yeah,
of bang him over the head with when you're not winning and the results are not showing and the like football is, which is exactly what we saw this season, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody's talking about him now. I think, in fact, like if anything, like all that speculation of him being fired and all is like completely vanished in the last week or two since
Having
the.
said that, on to close on this one, I just read about yesterday. I read somewhere that the decision on Ten Hag will be made this week. Now we are to half week
2 more
gone,
days,
and
two more
let's see.
working days,
Huh?
2 more business days to
Two
make that
more
decision.
business days. So let's see how that goes. But having said that, I loved it, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
Bad season, but ended on a good note. That's the best, and let's build from here. That's it. That's the only way I would think about it. Um, with that, let's move on to a team that has won more Champions League than United has won Premier Leagues. And
Incredible.
what a show that was, man. Champions League final.
Yeah, what a game that was. I mean, kudos again to Dortmund. They gave Madrid a
I
game
loved it.
and
Yeah.
a half in the
Yeah.
first. It was literally a half and a half,
Yeah.
right? Like 70% of the game, they were in it. Had they put even like one chance away,
Hmm.
you never know, right? Things could have been completely different, but you kind of saw like like you could actually see in front of your eyes Madrid getting stronger and stronger
Yeah.
as the game went on. And once that first goal header went in, it was like boom. That was just killer. That was just
Took
like the
took the
air
life
went
out of.
out a
Yeah.
little bit, right? I think
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
But man, Madrid, dude, Carlo Ancelotti, like he is incredible. Like I think Ancelotti does not get the respect he deserves in a way, right? Like you know when people talk about like Pep, everybody's like, oh man, yeah,
Sure.
greatest thing
Uh,
ever, blah blah blah. Klopp, oh wow. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we are biased because it's also like Premier League is the biggest league, so that's why they get more airtime. But Ancelotti, dude, he has won 5
Five
Champions
Champions League.
Leagues
Hmm.
with 2 different teams
Yeah. The
and 2 more as a player.
yeah.
I mean, dude, the guy is incredible,
Yeah.
right? Like
One of
what
the
a
greatest
what
ever,
a
man.
guy.
He's
What
just
and again,
and
like nobody
he
talks about him as like, oh, he's a tactical genius and like, he has
yeah.
impacted the game. No, man. He's just like, dude.
Also, I think see, we were just talking about PR, right? The way he's kind of personally also I think he keeps a low profile, right? I mean, in terms of the way any comments like I mean, okay, if we put put a range of
Are
managers,
you
we
saying
know
he's
who when it comes to press, you know who's at the top, right? When making some big statements.
yeah, yeah,
Jose, right?
yeah.
And then of course then it could be everyone from Klopp, Pep also comes in. Fergie was also into this mind games and talking all this. And here we go. Let's not talk about Conte, for example, and his rant. But then Ancelotti, I don't remember
Yeah.
any kind of a rant, any kind of, big
Are you saying
statements.
are you saying Ancelotti is low brow? Oh man, him and his eyebrow, dude. Like they're both in
Oh
a
wow, that guy is just
fantastic.
and
No, I
and
mean,
and and I think his but anyway, so that's one thing. But yeah, man, it's just uh, nobody has done it before. 5 times. 5 times. And also, isn't he the one who has won the league in how many countries?
well, he's
Won
won
it at
definitely in
what's
Germany. He's probably won in. I don't think he's won in. Has he won in Italy?
yeah,
He's won in
Milan.
Italy, Germany. He's won in France,
Yeah,
probably with PSG.
yeah, and
Won
Chelsea.
with Chelsea,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Incredible, dude.
he's
This
yeah.
guy. I mean, he
And
arguably, like, you can make an argument that he's the best coach ever, best manager ever,
I think so.
right?
I think so. I think so. But one thing which still I always, whenever Ancelotti's name comes up and I look at his record, I say, how did Everton get him, man, for that season?
Dude, that needs investigation, dude. That is
That
like
is something which,
that could be a whole podcast series on its own. I think. How did they
how?
get him? You know,
There
they
was,
probably just told him, "Hey, we're giving you a one-way ticket to Liverpool. You're going to be the manager there." he didn't realize it was the other team in Liverpool. That is the only explanation.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. But
Man.
I think kudos to Borussia Dortmund. I think they definitely, the first half was just amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it. And I think we were also chatting about it, like, you never know. I mean, there have been some surprising results in
Yeah,
finals.
you never know. But I
And
think, yeah, again, yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, they did whatever you could like the max you could expect from them, they did, except put the ball in the net,
yeah,
right? I
yeah.
think the way they played was spot on. Whatever tactics they had were spot on. Put Madrid under the pressure, created a lot of dangerous chances. They did everything except score in that game.
Your man
Right?
of the match?
My man of the match for that game, I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think it's got to be Vinicius. I think,
You think
or
Vinny?
yeah, I think
You
Vinny
think-
had like a great
I
game,
think
man.
I think Carvajal.
Carvajal, yeah, I think I was going to
Carvajal.
say Vinny or Carvajal because, like, again, Carvajal, I feel like of course he scored, but he was
Yeah,
everywhere. It felt like
was
he
everywhere,
was
man.
like
He gave
everywhere.
exactly. What a
So and
send off to Cruz.
yeah,
What a
good
send
send
off.
off to Cruz, and then like Ancelotti is telling Cruz to reverse his decision
Yeah,
and go for like 1 or 2 more years.
yeah. And
So yeah,
Modric is staying.
Modric is staying for 1 more year, but again,
Yeah,
like Modric is like kind of the
yeah. He'll just come
squad
on.
player, right? I mean, you can't
Exactly.
expect, he's 38
But
too. Modric is
yeah,
insane.
just insane, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know. We will get to Euros shortly because that's one question. I think he retired or is he going to play? But we'll talk about that a bit. But speaking of Madrid, I mean, then you are adding to this team. You're adding Mbappe next
Yeah.
season. So
Yeah.
maybe Ancelotti is going to win it the sixth time. Who knows?
Wow. I
You
just
just don't know.
and then I think they've got yeah, they've got like youth everywhere, man. Like I think they um I saw something on Twitter where it was Madrid does a great job of replacing superstars with superstars. So they had this picture of like Bale, Benzema, and Ronaldo,
Mhm.
and you kind of like replace them with like Vinicius, Bellingham, and this guy Mbappe
Mhm.
now, right?
Yeah,
So it's incredible. Like, Florentino Perez is the gangster dude. He's the guy.
totally, totally.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The question still remains, where is Mbappe going to play?
Yeah,
That,
I mean, I think his
that
favorite
could be
position is on the left, but that's what
the
Vinicius
left.
plays.
That's
He
funny.
can play through the middle. I think it's going to be
Uh,
like we were talking about this. I think it's going to be a front three, probably
yeah,
of like Vinicius on the left, Mbappe in the middle,
and
and
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo on the right,
Yeah,
and like Bellingham in like the number 10 position.
yeah.
And then behind him, you got like the stoppers Valverde, Camavinga,
Yeah.
or
Camavinga,
Chouameni.
Camavinga played very well, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
He's very
He's
good at
and
top.
he's like 18 or 19. It's incredible.
Seriously, man,
Yeah.
seriously. Well, we'll see and how that goes, but that's like the 16th Champions League, right? No, sorry, 15th for
For
Madrid.
Madrid. Yeah.
And six for Cruz, six for Modric, six for Carvajal, five for
Wow.
Ancelotti. Just amazing.
Crazy. Crazy.
Six Champions Leagues. Anyways, but congrats to Madrid. Hala Madrid.
Yeah. Hala Madrid indeed. What else? What else is there to talk about? Where should we go next? In
Well,
the
with, with
probably the last podcast of the season, by the way. So
oh yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we will plan something during Euros when
maybe we should do a Euro version.
yeah,
Euro edition.
definitely.
Uh,
Definitely more towards the quarters, semis, finals.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That'll
Let's
be
do that.
interesting. And anyways, we are heading out and traveling and everything,
Yep.
so
Yep.
that'll be
Speaking
fun.
of,
Oh,
like, what, I haven't, I think I get so engrossed in like club football. I haven't really been keeping up with like all the Euros and who the favorites are. But yeah, some good teams in there, right?
I think just couple days ago I started working on the on the really looking into what groups are there and who's playing where and what is which is a group of death and so
Mhm.
on. I think it's in Germany. You cannot rule Germans out. So,
Yeah,
I mean, till
Germany is
at
going to be
least
good. I think they have
quarters
some like
and
good
semis.
players. They have a good team.
Exactly.
France
But
has got like all the studs.
France.
France is strong.
So I think Germany, France, I would still bet, I mean, not bet, but I would still say Portugal can go far.
Mhm.
Uh, then,
England's got a great team. Yeah.
huh?
England.
Oh, of course, I was England. I think. Well, let's not jinx it by saying anything about coming home and all.
I don't think England needs us to jinx it.
Yeah, but if you put it on paper, I think England has a great team. But I don't know what happens, man. It's just, I mean, look at it, right? You have Saka, you have Kane, you have Bellingham, you have well, Rashford is out, Sancho is out, but you have who's on the left then?
Grealish.
Seriously?
Yeah. Cole Palmer, man. They've got a lot
Oh,
of options.
Palmer is there, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they're
Got a lot of options in midfield. They've got like Rice, Eberici Eze.
yeah, right.
Madison is actually, he's been out. He's dropped him from the squad. So Madison is out. Defense looks pretty good with like I think Maguire will be back.
Maguire is back,
John Stones,
Stones.
Kyle Walker,
Yeah,
Kieran Trippier.
yeah.
So yeah, it's the usual suspects. Yeah.
Usual suspects, yeah. But I think they have a good team and a good
Yeah,
chance.
I mean, if they can put a run through, I think like you would at least expect them to get to the quarters, without really breaking into a sweat. But yeah, once they from the quarters, from the knockouts onward, quarters onwards, I would say is like
Yeah,
it depends on
yeah,
if they put a run together, who the opponents are, and all that stuff. So I think they've got a pretty decent chance.
yeah. What do you think about Italy? I haven't followed that team.
Italy is not qualified.
No,
Yeah,
of course
they're
Italy's.
out of the Euros.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
That explains.
I think they. Yeah, yeah. That was a big thing.
Oh, dude, Group B, Italy.
Are they in the Euros?
Yeah, yeah, they were out of the World Cup. If you're kind of,
Oh, maybe.
yeah, you're probably mixing up with the World Cup, last World
Oh,
Cup. So
maybe
yeah,
that's right.
so
Okay.
that is actually the group of death, I think. Group B is Spain, Croatia, Italy, Albania.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is a good
great.
group.
That's a great
Well,
group.
I don't know about Albania, but yeah, that's a good group otherwise.
And actually, Group D could be also Poland, Netherlands, Austria, France.
Wow.
So yeah, we have
That's
a couple group of deaths, I think.
fantastic, dude.
Groups of death. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
Italy, I don't know. No, they've got what's his name? Luciano Spalletti is the coach, right?
Spalletti is there.
He's
Yeah.
like yeah, he's the like attacking guy, loves to play attacking football. They might be fun to watch. Yeah.
And yeah, let's see. And then Portugal. I think these some of the big names will be there. Croatia, I would not rule out Croatia.
Yeah, but Croatia feels like they're all old, man. It's like
Old,
the
yes. Yeah.
same guys have been playing together for the last 20 years, the
Yeah.
last 4 or 5 tournaments. This might be the last hurrah for a lot of them, right? I mean, by the time the World Cup rolls around, Modric is going to be 40, Perisic is going to be like 36.
Yep.
So all these guys are going to be, pretty old getting into the next tournament.
But it'll be a fun one.
Yeah,
So at least the football goes on.
yeah, yeah. At
This
least it
this
won't be.
summer, this summer we don't have to be like depressed with
Yeah,
the weekends and or so at least this one is going to be good one and it's a month long. So that'll take us at least to a point where the Premier League fixtures are released.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
And then we can start, looking forward to the next season.
Yeah, do
But
the season preview, the transfer roundup. There's a lot of stuff coming.
speaking of that, transfers, right?
Yeah.
So um,
Yeah, I thought of a good
let's go
topic
through
for
it.
today. You know, I
Hmm?
was like, all right, let's just do like, fairly not to spend too much time, but just looking at obviously now this is I think it's no longer the big six, it's the big eight now.
So, yeah. True.
So yeah, name like, let's go down the list and try to name like one transfer that you
But
think each team needs.
but transfer in the sense the position.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. Who would you bring in to
yeah,
give
yeah.
them a better
All right, let's start. Let's start.
All right, let's start in the order these teams finished in, right? Like no, nothing else. Or let's start in the
Okay.
reverse order. I
All right.
don't know. So the big eight. So let's start with City. Who do you think City needs?
uh, Playmaker like De Bruyne. I think he would be. He's past his prime clearly.
Wow, really? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. I think they probably need. I think De Bruyne can still do it. I think the midfield is fine. They're most likely going to lose Bernardo Silva. So I would say that they need like somebody, on the right side, like
Mhm.
where Silva usually plays. I think they need a right winger because I think for De Bruyne also, sure. I mean, I don't think he's past his prime. I think he's got a couple of good years at least, but there is always like if you wanted to switch it up, you could always also play Foden in that role, right? Alvarez plays in that role a little bit as that number 10 playmaker kind of thing.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are options there. I don't think that's a thing. But on the right side, I think the options are much more kind of limited.
That's true. Silva
So
is another one. Yeah, I think
or
he
even
was,
generally, I think they need to freshen that area up a
yeah.
little bit.
He was planning to leave last season. I think he gave one more. I think
Mhm.
some talks about it. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Silva. Who do you
I'm
think
sure
they'll
they'll
bring
get
in?
anybody. Huh?
Any ideas on who they might bring in? I haven't heard much speculation. I think the thing
They
I've
can
heard
bring
about
in
them,
they
only
can
thing I've heard about them bringing in is lawyers.
first let's talk about 115 charges, then they might think, oh, I read something about City suing the Premier League for something. I still want to go through. I don't know if they were it was just trending on Twitter.
Mhm.
Something, I don't know.
The only way to beat some criminal charges is to
Yeah,
countersue. Right?
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So City next, Arsenal.
Striker.
Yeah.
Out and out striker. I
I would
mean,
have to agree. I think they need a proper kind of spearhead striker,
yeah,
100%. Yeah,
absolutely.
Ivan Toney maybe. I don't know. There's some speculation
Oh, there
linking.
are?
There is
Wow.
some speculation linking
Yes.
Ivan Toney.
Guess there's another, not a striker, but another speculation or something. So Arteta was talking to, I'm sure these are rumors, Arteta talking to Rashford.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he again is not out and out striker,
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. But but I think that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, next Liverpool.
Ooh, I think I would say three, not one. But I think Salah will be done. Salah
I
and
think,
Van Dijk
and
might be, maybe Van Dijk stays, but Salah could be out. But somebody to replace that guy, man, it's going to be tough. And then I think they need a striker.
yeah, I would say like they probably need a striker for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like Salah might leave. Nunez is not. He's
Nunez,
good, but I don't think he's like kind of the spearhead striker that a team
yeah,
like Liverpool needs. So I would say a
yeah,
striker as well.
yeah.
Aston Villa.
No idea, man. That team has with magic of Unai Emery, I don't know. Ollie had a great season. Defense, may no, I don't know anything on that one.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
can't think about. I can't think about.
I think they would like, they might want to kind of get another. So a player like McGinn, I feel like McGinn is like crucial to the way they play. And then when McGill is like he was injured or out,
Sure. Yeah,
they had like a little bit of a dip. Douglas Luiz is the other, but he's more kind of defensive
sure.
midfielder.
Yeah,
And then Tielemans hasn't like worked out
yeah,
that well. I mean, he's had like glimpses, but he's not. So I think another sort of McGinn type player, kind
yeah.
of the all action midfielder. And they've been linked with Conor Gallagher. So,
Oh,
that might,
wow.
yeah.
Possible.
So that might happen.
Yeah.
Spurs next. I'll let you go first. Well, I'll go first. I think we need a midfielder. We need like to again play the way we play. I think we need an upgrade. Like I don't want to say upgrade, but we need like a number 6, Eve Bissouma, but somebody that can play that role really well. In fact, Spurs have also been linked with Conor Gallagher.
Oh yeah,
So
that I remember. Yeah.
I think that would be, I would like that move. I don't think it will happen, but I would like that move. So I think that's the position. Again, there are other positions, but I think that is the key one. I think that we really struggled with this season.
Hmm. Actually, I think Basuma may, yeah, he had challenges, but he may come through. I think there is
He
something
may come through. He may come
come
through, no
through.
doubt. But I
Yeah,
feel like at
but
minimum we need to like get another
who
guy
do
to.
you,
Mhm.
who is your spearhead?
So spearhead has been Richarlison or Sonny,
That's
right?
I think. Sonny
But
of
I think so. Again,
Richarlison.
it's the way we play,
Richarlison.
though, the way we play. I think the goals will come. I think this season, if you looked at like where the goals came from, I
Hmm.
think they came
Sure.
really spread out like all
Hmm.
over, right?
Yeah.
Like you had a couple of goals from Johnson, couple of goals from like Werner. You had Kulusevski,
Yeah.
Madison when when he was on forms. Sonny scored 17 goals this season. So I again, yes, we need somebody, but the priority position I would say is the
Yeah.
midfielder.
Okay. Interesting, actually. I didn't think I was thinking of Richarlison was on off, on off. I mean, that's where I think Spurs need to
Fair
bolster.
enough.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
No
I
idea.
think Chelsea needs to get rid of some players to give
Exactly,
them.
dude. They have like two teams there, and half the world doesn't know who these players are. So I
Yeah,
I don't know. Nah,
yeah.
we
But
don't need
one big miss for them is going to be Thiago Silva. So maybe a defender,
a defender. Yeah, yeah. So of
like a
that
starter,
totally
like
I have no
straight
clue.
into the team, starting defender.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And I think they've been talking to Adare Bayo from Fulham, who
Oh,
they've been
interesting.
chasing for a while. So I think
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting.
yeah.
And then the last, no, then we go to Newcastle. Who do you think Newcastle needs?
I think Gimaresh may leave.
Same here. I think I was looking at that too. I think
Yeah,
Gimaresh will
he
leave.
might. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to
Uh,
fill that guy, I think that's going to be.
Dude, United
Yeah.
should go for Gimaresh, man.
And
I don't
why do
know.
you think I've said that?
Yeah. Okay.
We
Let's
talk.
go to United. Who does United lead?
Let me get my list.
Let me get my printouts.
Yeah, exactly. I have the names too.
But you have to pick one. You have to pick one.
Yeah.
Like just if you had just one transfer, who would that be?
Oh man, that's tough. But let's assume if everything, injury free and um proper defensive midfielder.
I agree.
Because Casemiro will leave.
Yeah.
We need somebody there.
Yeah.
And
I
Menu
think
is
Bobby
not
Mainu, I mean, you can't give put pressure on him to perform like that the entire season. He's
exactly,
also just 18.
exactly,
You got
exactly.
to like kind of ease him in a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Because then if you say like okay, one more, I know it's one. So if the priority would be that, then of course Varane is leaving, it's clear. So you need somebody, a central center back on the right hand center back. Um, and then I don't know about Rashford, but somebody on the left.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Not left, sorry. I think Garnacho will play there, but on the right, if Anthony is out, then somebody. Ahmad will, I think, come through and he could be in the next.
Mhm.
He should be.
So next season will
Anyway,
be
what do you think?
next season will be Ahmad's third season, right, at United.
Yeah, he was loaned for the second. He was at Sunderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like the central midfield, I think an upgrade, like I said, Gimaresh seems like the perfect candidate.
Yeah.
So you never know. Surprises could happen.
And if Ashworth is coming over, who knows?
Exactly, dude. That's true. Huh? That's really
All right.
fact.
Apart from the transfers, then the other stuff is going to be, other fun stuff is going to be in summer on managers.
Yeah, yeah. So I
And
think is Brighton is the only vacancy, right, so far. And I mean Leicester. I guess Leicester is also two teams next season that don't have a
yeah,
manager yet.
I
Uh,
think I think Potter will come back to Brighton. Something tells me.
or he might go to Leicester. You never know. He could get like one or either of those jobs.
Yeah.
right? If he doesn't want to go back to Brighton again, I think the Leicester job could be pretty tempting for him as well. You know,
Sure,
they're a
sure.
pretty well-run team. They've got some good players. I think it would be a good place for any manager. Like, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
About I mean, who else could be at Leicester? Poch is not going to go to Leicester. I don't think
No,
so.
I think like neither of these
Yeah,
teams are like kind of. Poch will probably try to, you know,
he'll
get a
leave.
elite team to
Yeah,
see. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be much of a vacancy. But yeah, I don't know who else is in there for Leicester, Brighton. Has got to be some other sort of up and coming type manager. So
maybe. Yeah.
uh, and Brighton anyway is going to get like you know, sort of
The question,
slightly
the question is, where is De Zerbi going to land?
great question, man.
Dude, I think he's a great manager. I admire him a lot.
You know, I think
I think
so. If Ten
I
Hag does leave,
yes,
I
I
think there
know
will
what
be a
you're
lot
saying.
of dominoes
Yeah,
if Ten Hag leaves.
yeah,
I think there will be a few like movements because
exactly.
then if he leaves, then
Mm,
you have to think that both Poch and De Zerbi are in the frame for that job,
absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Barring Zidane or Ancelotti. But
Well, if he landed at Everton, he can certainly land at United, man.
it's true. That is also true. So yeah, it'll be very. I think that will be one key domino.
Yeah, I think that move or that
Thankfully,
gonna
thankfully,
be.
Antonio Conte is no longer available.
Oh yeah, Napoli. Yeah, and Jose is
Jose,
Fenerbahce.
I think you know with Jose, it's interesting. Slight segue now with Jose. I think the tier of the clubs that he's been going to have been sort of like going down, maybe including Spurs, like if you want to call it that. But I'm sure his salary has been going up. You know what I mean? I guarantee you, dude. Like these
Dude,
clubs, like Roma had a lot of money. Fenerbahce has a lot of money. He's probably getting paid more than the top stars at those clubs. But yeah, he's earning more money, than
and look at his uh outside of football. So Uber Eats, some watches stuff,
yeah,
some other
Turkish Airlines.
huh?
Turkish Airlines,
Turkish
dude.
Airlines, of course, and whatnot. And on top of that, I think what are the numbers based on his sacking at, sackings, all the sackings, he has earned about 100 million just on that.
Insane, dude. Insane. Now I think, but it's like a little. I saw that Fenerbahce press conference, like bit much, dude.
Yeah, a
This
little
is
bit
like
of,
my skin. This jersey is like my skin.
yeah.
And I'm no longer Jose Mourinho.
Check.
I'm just the coach of Fenerbahce,
I
and
will
I'm
also check the
now
new
part
man.
of your family. I'm like, dude, I don't want you to be part of my family. Just like coach the damn team.
Yeah, Jose is going crazy on that. Also, I just saw like few hours ago something is another ad with Chat GPT. I mean,
Oh, God.
not an ad, but you saw that
I
one?
think was that his intro video for like Fenerbahce or something?
Yeah,
I think
something
that's
like
what it
that.
kind of felt
Yeah,
like.
yeah. He's asking Chat GPT, can a team win the Champions League and has not won it for past 45 years? That is impossible. Chat
Yeah.
GPT says, I was like, oh my God, it's Jose again. But yeah, he's
He is
colorful. He's
entertaining. You
fun.
got to give him that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Anyways, but
But it's kind of good. I think there will be. There will be some eyes on like Turkish football next season. I suppose. Yeah, I'll be keen. And they're in the Champions League, so we'll definitely see Jose in the Champions League. Uh, right. So that'll be interesting.
oh, dude, yeah, that's right. Jose is like, dude, watch out, watch out. I didn't think about that. I'm not saying that, Fenerbahce are going to win, but they could be, Jose. So whatever. But yeah, speaking of English Premier League and De Zerbi, Poch, great coaches, lot of opportunities. But I think Ten Hag's decision on Ten Hag this week will probably, as you said, will set the
Set things in motion for sure.
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't happen, but let's see. And yeah, man. With that, I think, yeah, what a season. fun season. Champions League, English Premier League, and of course now awaiting Euros. We should definitely connect
Yeah.
during Euros. We'll definitely catch up and chat about it and God knows what else we're going to talk about than football. But
Yeah.
for that, and then of course the new season starts. Once the Premier League fixtures are out, then we are definitely going to have a lot of things to talk
Yeah.
about.
And I think it's been definitely fun season doing this, and we'll continue
We,
doing this with some more improvements. We've got a lot of improvements
yeah,
planned,
yeah,
so
we
something
have,
to look forward to for next season.
we have some ideas and some new ideas and new things to come up with, and definitely for get ready for next season. So till then, adios.
Adios.
Good
See you
one.
soon.
Cheers.
Have a good summer.